Yeah. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you, bro. It's time. You know what time it is. It's time for y'all to get at me. You know where you send your mentions to my Twitter page, @Stephen A. Smith, thinking you just going to get at me. But now, guess what? I'm going to get right back at you. So let's go. Give me the first one, please.
Hey, Stephen A. My question to you is, how come Kareem Abdul-Jabbar isn't considered to be the GOAT? I mean, he was a 6-time NBA champion, a 6-time regular season MVP, and he's NBA's leading scorer all time. So how come he isn't in the GOAT conversation?
Appreciate the question, young fella. He actually is in the GOAT conversation. There are plenty of people out there who have said Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, a 19-time All-Star, the all-time leading scorer in NBA history, the one individual in the history of the sport with one definitive, unstoppable move, the sky hook. You knew it was coming all the time, and there was nothing you could do about it. Here's the thing. A lot of times when people look at LeBron or MJ, they look at guards. They don't look at big men who rely on the guards to get them the ball and then they do their thing. They look at guards who create their own shot, who run an offense, who lead an offense, et cetera, et cetera. And when you think about MJ shooting away from the basket and driving to the basket, the same thing with LeBron James. A lot of times when you see that level of greatness, that's why people lean on individuals that are a bit smaller than the big men. Big men are usually a separate category because you're 7'1", 7'2". Everybody ain't built like that. And how much skill does it take to shoot over most people? Whereas with LeBron and MJ, it's a different skill set. Kobe, God rest his soul. Let's throw him into the mix as well. That's why people do that. That's why you don't hear enough about Kareem. But there are plenty of people who look at his resume and say he's the greatest of all time. Next up.
What's up, Stephen A? So I got one question for you. I love Damian Lillard. I think he's one of the best point guards in the league, one of the clutchest players in the league. I would love to see him win a championship. My question for you today is, what are the Portland Trailblazers missing for them to actually win the championship, actually at least get to the NBA Finals? Also, what are the chances Portland trades Damian Lillard to the Knicks?
Well, first of all, to answer that last question first, I would love for Damian Lillard to go to the Knicks. A matter of fact, if Damian Lillard was to ever depart from Portland to be in a larger market, he would choose New York over LA, believe it or not. So that is something that I hope and pray would happen someday, although I sincerely doubt that it will. As it pertains to what the Portland Trailblazers need, no disrespect whatsoever, because Terry Stotts knows the X's and O's. He knows the game, but there's just a little something missing. I'm not advocating for the man to be fired or anything like that. I'm just saying I think they need a coach that's got more cachet, that knows how to really touch on the pulse of his players a little bit better and gets them to play better defense, because they do need to play better defense. They do need to have a coach with a greater defensive mindset. You can talk about personnel and all of this other stuff, but with Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum, that's one of the top 3 backcourts in all of basketball. Nurkic can ball, Covington and Melo and all of these guys, they can give you something too. A tweak here or there with personnel is one thing. They certainly need that. But the biggest thing is the fact that I think they got to get a coach that has the pulse of the team just a little bit better and can hold them more accountable, particularly on the defensive end of the floor. That's just my thing. Next up.
And last but not least, my man, Stephen A. Smith. Did y'all know Brick saved the day yesterday at General Hospital? Hey, Stephen A., first of all, I'm proud of you. Let me get that out the way. I'm proud of you. I see you on there doing your actor thing. But that was horrible, okay?
Blasphemous.
And it goes to show me that you grew up in the suburb, okay? You didn't grow up in the hood. And I'm supposed to trust a guy named Brick to make a shot? But other than Stephen A., I love General Hospital. It's my favorite soap opera. Carry on.
I'm crushed. Kendrick, this hurts. It stabbed me in the heart. You're the only person who did say a negative word about me on General Hospital. First of all, that same arena where I had on that suit, I hit like 7 straight jump shots, and you gonna peel out the one that I missed? That's real weak. That's number one. Number 2, it wasn't horrible. All right, go online, check out what everybody is saying. Number 3, I'm no seasoned actor or anything like that. I'm crawling before I walk. You trying to hate on a brother before I even get started. And last but not least, Bricks, How can I trust you? How can you trust me to make a shot? A guy named Brick, you, Kendrick Perkins? Has anyone ever seen you shoot? Really? Really? You talk about brick laying. Listen, I might shoot a brick. You place them all over the place. You're a construction worker. Bricks everywhere. I know, don't get me started. And don't let me pull out the clips with some of your passes either. Don't get me started, Kendrick Perkins. Don't start none, won't be none. Won't be none. You hear me? You hear me? I love Kendrick Perkins. I can't believe I have to end the show getting on my man like this. But he came at me the wrong way. Still hurt, though. He said, horrible. I got to go back and watch my General Hospital clips all over again. That's it for today, y'all. See y'all tomorrow. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.